that horse.
From the north!
Attack! Help us! Somebody please help us! Savages! Savages!
Get to the fort! Whoa! There are no savages! Whoa!
Oh, thank Providence we made it.
Whoa, girl!
Give me the child. Let's go to the range.
Thank you! Beatrice! Is Beatrice all right?
Oh, Henry, thank heaven we made it through. We weren't taken.
Captain Taylor Shields, what happened?
Savages. We saw savages in the woods.
We saw nothing.
I saw them.
Elizabeth.
They had black and white war paint on all over their faces. It was terrifying.
It was an animal, nothing more. Ever since my brother and his wife were slaughtered by Hurons, my wife sees a red face behind every tree.
Do you see anything?
No. Nothing at all.
Let's go them.
Did he say a coin apiece or a coin for every piece?
A coin for every piece.
Oh, we're rich, as Midas himself.
I appreciate your escort, Mr. Hawkeye. So you actually live out here in this place?
Yes.
That's a very courageous thing to do.
Well, to tell the truth, I think it's brave to come out to the frontier when you don't know what to expect.
Yes, brave or somewhat naive. We came up from Virginia to visit my brother. After these hostilities, I look forward to our return. I must say, when I contracted to marry Beatrice, the enormity of her wardrobe was never mentioned.
Well, are you sure you want him to pick all this up?
Yes. Friend, that is a smashing idea. Change of plan.
Half my clothes are gone. My orchid, satin, and velvet. Oh, those wretched heathens. It's almost as if they know what I love the most.
This is beautiful.
Oh, a fan is how a lady of breeding speaks to her admirers. Would you like me to show you?
Oh, would you?
Come over. You please me. Perhaps. Sir, I am shocked. Shocked.
You remind me of the Albemarle County Cotillion.
You know the Albemarle County Cotillion?
I'm from Virginia. My family's property is called Winchester Hill.
You're a Longsworth?
Yes.
Living in this godforsaken place?
Yes, shall I see to your niece?
Oh, I don't wish to spoil her. However did you come to be here?
Well, my husband followed his brother out here.
Have I met him yet, your husband?
William was taken prisoner by the Huron. He's been missing.
Your husband missing and still you stay?
Okay. I'm sorry, but I just can't bear to hear a little one cry. Yes, yes. I'll bet you miss your mama and papa, huh?
Henry will hire a servant girl to take care of her. Besides, she's his niece. He declared we'd adopt her without even consulting me. If I wanted a baby, I would have had one of my own.
What is this?
Oh, there's a sun hat, Peavy. It keeps the sun off a lady's face. See?
It's a bustle. It shapes the dress of women of fashion.
It's a bustle, McKinney. It's not no sun hat.
What's a bustle?
Hawkeye, where can I find a licorice bush?
And what crisis would require a licorice bush?
The Richards baby is cutting a tooth, and licorice root is the best thing for it to suck on.
That would be Wolf Creek.
Thank you.
Tell me, Elizabeth, did you happen to collect stray dogs as a child?
Of course I did. Hawkeye, can you explain something to me? Beatrice has been given this beautiful baby to cherish, and yet she doesn't seem to want her.
Some women are not meant to be mothers.
Well, I suppose so, but then some dearly wish to be mothers and cannot.
You speak as if you are one of those.
William and I prayed for a child. None came. How can God bestow such a precious gift on someone who does not value it?
The scriptures promise he has a plan.
Wolf Creek?
Wolf Creek.
Beatrice gave it to me as a...
A souvenir of civilization.
Yes.
No offense, but it reminds me of the mating dance of a turkey bird.
It is like a mating dance for men and women of quality.
But if a woman wishes the attentions of a man, she should say so. Just plain and simple.
Is such directness the way of the wilderness, Mr. Hawkeye?
Circumstances don't leave much time for niceties, Mrs. Richards.
Well, you seem no worse the wear for it.
He hides his blemishes well.
Beatrice mentioned that you play the piano.
Not well, I'm afraid.
Well enough, I'm sure, to accompany Beatrice. My wife has a lovely voice.
Oh. Would you be so kind, Mrs. Richards?
Oh, it would be my pleasure.
Yes, well, if you'll excuse me.
You're not leaving?
Yes, I am.
But why? What could possibly call you away at this hour?
Sleep, Mrs. Richards, and the knowledge that I've a full, wonderful day that begins at dawn. Thank you again.
What was that?
That was a turkey bird.
The sheep are in the meadow, and the kye are in the corn. Thou's o'er long in thy bed, bonny at morn. The sheep are in the meadow, and the kye are in the corn. Thou's o'er long in thy bed, bonny at morn. We're all laid eyed with the keeping of the bale. The lad winna work, and the lass winna learn. We're all laid eyed with the lad will now work and the lass whenever. Bonny at eve, bonny at morn, thou's overlong in thy bed, bonny at morn. Canny at e'en, bonny at morn, those hour long in my bed, bonny at morn.
That was lovely. I think I'll look in on your niece.
Something's happened to the baby!
Child's been taken by one man, probably Huron.
I'll get my musket and we'll find him.
Not in the dead of night. It is too dangerous. And I can't possibly spare any men.
We're talking about an innocent child. I say we go after them. Do you agree?
It's a full moon. Brass buttons make fine targets in moonlight.
But my niece!
Your niece will be safe until she reaches the Huron camp.
Are you honestly saying there's nothing that can be done? That you can't even try and find her?
I can try.
Thank God. And I'll go with you.
Be best if I went by myself.
I'm not afraid of these woods, nor the people in them.
It's not a question of bravery, Mr. Richards. It's just that I can move quicker and more quietly by myself.
Hey. One day. One day. Hey, Vesqua. Kokottoin. Ion. Squananhoe.
You couldn't find her?
Their camp is just the site of Acorn Lake. The child is safe, but you can't get her.
Why not?
She's been taken as the daughter of a warrior.
Oh, dear God. What does that mean?
Means he is replacing his own child, killed by white men. It's an Indian custom.
Well, that's ridiculous. We must go and steal her back.
No, that would start a mourning war.
A what?
These people are suffering. As a tribe, they have lost something. They are in mourning. They want to heal, but first they have to replace what's been lost. Now, if you or any other white men go into that village now and try and take that baby back, you will be insulting their grief. And the Hurons will concentrate all of their war efforts on this fort. That would be their morning war.
Hawkeye, we can't just leave her.
How do you suggest we mend their grief?
That's not our responsibility. A dozen stout soldiers could take them, easily.
Surely you don't suggest we leave a white child amongst pagans to be starved and beaten?
Indians don't beat their children, ma'am. When they eat, she will eat.
They're Huron. They butcher people.
Well, if you won't do what must be done, I will. I demand you lead me to this Huron camp.
Henry, no.
Let her go, my friend.
I will not give an innocent child the sentence of death.
Please don't do this.
Wait! Isn't there any way to save her?
Save her from what, Elizabeth?
Pray for me.
Henry, this is madness.
I cannot abandon my brother's child.
But you're abandoning me.
Stand straight now, that I may remember you tall and strong.
He doesn't belong here.
And for that he has to die? I don't understand this place.
Elizabeth, he's a man. He's making a choice. It's his to make. It's not yours, not mine. It's his.
He is doing the only thing he sees to do. How can that be a choice?
Kenny, why do I listen to you?
Because you don't want to see me get rich without you.
You stole those from the Richards woman.
Borrowed, Peavy. Borrowed. It's not like we're going to keep them. Here. Put this off that way.
What are we doing with them?
They're fixing to be found.
By who?
By us. Then we turn them in so we can get some more reward.
We hiked all the way out here so we could take these out of the sack and put them on the ground, then pick them up and put them back in the sack and walk back to the fort? Why don't we just stay in the dadgum fort?
Because then we'd be lying and borrowing. Peavy!
It was left for us to find.
For what purpose?
It's their way of saying, don't try it again. I feel like there's something I should say. But I don't know what that'd be. I don't know if you're thinking about Richards or the child or your husband.
All three. This place isn't kind to people who don't belong. How do you stop caring?
You pick who you do care for very carefully.
I don't know how not to care about a child, Hawkeye.
Would you want this little girl?
I would. But it would be wrong of me to make that decision without William. And also, a child deserves to feel safe. I don't feel safe.
She will be all right, Elizabeth.
Would Henry Richards agree with that? Or William? Is it just her misfortune that nobody's known her long enough to care?
It's a good-sized tusk. Worth keeping. That boar fed a lot of people.
It was a good hunt. A hunt worth remembering, like good friends.
Like good friends.
The deer and wild boar are safe today. Your mind is elsewhere.
When a Delaware woman has interest in a man, it's obvious. I mean, she has ways of making him know it. And that's the way it should be. But white women
Are different.
well, they're very different. Sometimes they show it. Sometimes they do the opposite. Sometimes they do strange things with fans and such. I don't understand.
With women, sometimes it's better not to try and understand. Goshawks.
But have you spied any goshawks?
Five to two. Better to pass one.
I don't want 5. I want 1. I expected it would take you longer.
There were only 4 of them.
Give me your scalping knife. Now, where did you get this?
I'm a dead white woman.
If she is dead, so are you.
Oh, Mitsu.
Turtle eggs! We found turtle eggs! What? In the Miska, man?
I borrowed their paddles. You mind using one?
Have I started a war?
Probably. You hurt?
No.
The warriors?
No, nothing.
Then the women took you first.
I went when I knew the men wouldn't be there. I thought that if a woman went, it might not cause the war.
But you didn't ask. Because you didn't want to know.
No, I just didn't ask you.
Who did you ask, Elizabeth?
I asked God.
You asked God if it was your calling to sneak into a Huron camp and steal this child?
No, I asked him for protection.
Oh, I see. First you told him your plan. Then you asked him to protect you while you did your plan. The next time you pray, Elizabeth, ask for wisdom.
Do you have something for her to eat? I think she's hungry.
We'll rest up ahead. Go around wide at daybreak.
Pemmican?
I didn't come prepared to feed a child.
Okay. Just a minute, sweetie. I'm doing the best I can. Here we go. Come on. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Mrs. Richards, I wish you to know that any resources I command are at your disposal.
Thank you, Captain. It's kind of you to make the effort to be thoughtful at a time like this.
My pleasure. If I may say, even your brief presence here has brightened this otherwise dreary outpost.
Whatever do you mean?
Only that women of taste and refinement are rare here.
Oh, you flatter me. But for the moment, I should like to be alone, with thoughts of my husband. He was more of a man than you'll ever be.
It's cold.
Well, we can't build a fire.
I know. When do you think they'll come?
First, they'll gather many men. Then they'll come.
I couldn't leave her.
Will you be her mother?
No. Beatrice will learn.
That turkey bird. She'd rather have a new dress than a child to care for.
Maybe someone else in her family will want her.
Someone does want her, Elizabeth. The same someone that taught you how to chew her food.
She's not a Huron. A Christian-born child should grow up learning Christian ways.
Well, I reckon that's the difference between us. Because I figure a child should grow up loved and wanted.
She should be raised to know the Word of God, so that when she dies, she'll go to heaven.
Your God must be smaller than mine. Because my God could find a child in a Huron village.
Hawkeye. How is it that you don't read? And yet you understand the scriptures so well.
Where are you going?
Stand! Stand! Stand!
But you are safe. I've been beside myself with worry. I was afraid.
I went for the baby.
Did you find her?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
Beatrice, I didn't bring her back.
Because you had no choice.
That's true. I had no choice.
You were courageous to try. We did all we could. We did all we could.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Will you see that this gets to Winchester Hill?
Of course. Oh, how glad I am to be rid of this most awful place.
Travel well, Beatrice.
I still feel you don't belong here. You should come home before this place truly changes you. I fear it will influence you beyond redemption.
Not until I find my husband.
Leave it to Captain Shields to find him. As his brother, he's surely as determined as you are.
I prefer to stay.
All right. I shall give your love to your family. Lieutenant, farewell, Elizabeth.
Safe journey, Beatrice.
Elizabeth? I believe I have something that belongs to you.
Thank you.
A truly civilized woman has every right to flutter a fan.
What does the name Squananhawe mean?
Beloved.
Beloved. That's nice.
Yeah.
I told Hawkeye that I had no use for the fan, that something so delicate belongs at an afternoon tea, not out here. Of course, Beatrice said the same of me. And yet more and more I feel as if my being here does have some purpose. That, as Hawkeye said, there is some greater plan.